Welcome back to Dallas Vintage Toys. Let me show you what I've been doing this week. Finally finished organizing the workbench area. We've got all the things I'm going to sort in the tubs in the middle. I've got all of the racks all completed. They're all ready. They're all organized with the same kind of stuff. We've got things that we're going through right now for modern G.I. Joes, paperwork. I've got stompers. I've got He-Man classics that are all complete. Just everything's going on. And then you've got all kinds of stuff that's going on. I had my birthday this week, so I did let up a little bit, but I've been working hard. We've got all the racks ready. We're separating G.I. Joe accessories right now for the individual figures, and then we're going to complete those today. And completed all the back stock organization, and we're going to get that out in the store for you. We still have some to do, but it's almost finished. Got all the rows done, got all the tubs ready for the website. I completed finishing up all our trading card boxes so we can get them out in the store as back stock. Got some really good ones, good sports cards, good non-sports cards. We have a huge selection, so please ask for them when you come in the store. I've got Stan Solo items that they've sent to us that we bought, and we have lots of exclusive Stan Solo items that are carded and also loose that are on the website and in the store if you ask for it. This one's cool. They never made this one. I think that's rad.
That is cool. The closest we have to that is the
Power of the Force,
Power of the Force.
95 ones.
Yeah, and that one's not that bad, honestly.
It's not. In fact, I have a big fondness for those because it kind of re-energized collectors, to go into the old stuff even. But then we got all the back stock already. So I'm almost finished, I think. Uh-oh. This isn't good, dude. I'll probably start out in the middle and work my way to the outsides. I'm gonna have to make sure that everything that's in a box already that's just cased still, like the Mythic Legions and different things that we ordered from wholesale, that those are out. Then I'll just keep pulling racks out of here. Everything has to be clear for whenever they start their expansion. So I guess I'm just gonna have to do a box up carded figures in each type that they are. Star Trek, Toy Biz Marvel, Toy Biz DC, whatever. It's gonna be an undertaking. Board games, because I'm gonna start a board game section as well in the expansion. So I'm gonna keep all those. In fact, I've already started a box for those. I haven't had as much time as I would like, but see? There's some cool ones in here. I even got a lot of vintage too.
That's cool.
But yeah, we've got lots to do. I've got whole racks that I've got to clean off of just carded figures, and we're just gonna have to find a place for them and box them up before we're ready to roll.
What's that? What's this? Is this a new collection? I remember seeing.
These are a couple new collections that I haven't processed yet. They're all children's, like I would say, maybe considered girl toys. We're talking like My Little Pony, Care Bears, Strawberry Shortcake, Rainbow Bright. I've been getting them all together in different things, but I haven't been able to bag them and price them yet. So hopefully with the expansion, we'll have enough room to display everything and then get everything on the website as well.
Hey, what's up, guys? It is Scott at Dallas Vintage Toys. So it is my third week back this summer, and we have been super busy. Dorian and I have been kind of looking at everything at the warehouse, putting it all back together. I specialize in G.I. Joe and Star Wars stuff, also Masters of the Universe. So this is just, yeah, there we go. There's another Sandcrawler. Look at that. We have 3 sand crawlers.
Two on the website.
This is just like some of the stuff that I was working on last week. So I was able to complete 3 original 1980 AT-ATs. Again, something I have one in my personal collection. This is the G.I. Joe General. Now this one is actually pretty hard to get together. The coloring on that one is really nice, and that one's going to be for sale in the shop. Probably can't ship that, although I think Sean did ship one overseas one time to the Middle East for an amazing cost. Other items we have right here. We've got 3 Maulers that were built out this last week. They are missing just one little part, the antennas, and also the rope. So those are always the easily breakable, easily lost pieces that kids just always tended to lose in the 80s. Another General complete. The Turtles Technodrome. The Turtles Sewer Lair is next to that.
So is that complete?
Yeah, that's also complete. And you know, it's kind of funny. One of the things that we do up here for us that build the toys, every time somebody brings in a box of parts or something like that, we just go through them. Like, it's almost like a chemistry equation. It's like we have a rack of toys that are missing 1 or 2 parts, and if the right person brings in the right box with the right part, all of a sudden that toy becomes 100% complete and is put on the website or sold in the shop. So as you can see, like these 2 I did last week, these are both missing their cones. So for that person that has that piece, please come in, sell it to us. We will use it. Another cool thing, we've got, you know, a Death Star. We have 2 Death Stars there with the box. That one in the bottom is complete. That one needs a rope.
What is that?
So this piece is kind of interesting. This is the Rebel Transport. And years and years ago, man, I was really after this when I was a kid, and I could not find it. And just this week, I mean, I have one in the box now in my personal collection, but just this week I've been able to put together 6 complete ones.
When did that come out?
So it came out as part of the Empire Strikes Back vehicle line. It came out in 1980. And it's just kind of a sort of an Eclair spaceship that also holds all your figures. So it works as a storage for your figures as well if you want to do that. But I like it.
I feel like that's one of the more underappreciated ones. I don't remember. I don't see them.
Yeah, and let me show you something else on this. So, you know, kind of like we were saying, and Sean always says, the same parts are always lost. So on this, those 2 guns are pretty rare and hard to come by. And that is complete. And then the most elusive part on this ship is going to be that black escape hatch door.
Oh, because this opens up?
Yeah, that opens up and a figure goes through it. So, you know, they just knew how to make toys that were a lot of fun back then. And, you know, some people say they're kind of no frills, but I don't know. There's kind of a charm in that sort of innocence of toy making at that time. Then if you come over here, we've got some of the heavy hitters of the G.I. Joe collection. I did these the week before last, and I've got a Cobra Night Ravens, Sky Strikers, Dragonflies. This is a really cool one. I still remember getting this one at Toys R Us when it was out. This is the Phantom Stealth Fighter X-19. And this one has never been opened. So the tape has been popped open, but it's never been taken out, never put together. So that's kind of a rare find, even for us. And then down here are some more of the G.I. Joe vehicles I built last week, or the week before last. That is the Cobra Condor. And then the Tomahawk, which is a favorite of mine as well. So yeah, I don't know. Like I said, it's like a big equation. I see all these toys, I see all these parts. It's really cool to be able to put them all together and make people happy. I think that these toys make a lot of people happy. I hadn't been up here for about 4 or 5 months, and Sean calls me. He's like, "Hey, we got all this stuff if you want to come in and build some toys." And I was like, "Sure, man, I'd love to." So I came in, and it was just tons of good stuff to build. And from the parts that Sean had collected and collections that you guys brought into us, I was able to complete all of these. And these are the 1984 G.I. Joe Whale. Now, one interesting thing about this toy in particular is that the G.I. Joe toy line, toys were released generally for about 2 years. There was a couple exceptions where Storm Shadow was available in 84, 85, and 86, as well as some of the other more popular figures. But generally, the toys had a shelf life of 2 years before they were discontinued. Then if it was a toy that maybe Hasbro made a lot of extra ones that never made it to the shop, they used to do these mail away offers where you could send in your flag points, which kids love to do, by the way. You collect them, you save your flag points, and this was one of the toys that, even though officially it was discontinued in 1986 because it was released in 84 and 85, you could buy this all the way through the G.I. Joe toy line all the way up to 1994, which was the last year they actually did it. And it was $33.75 plus, I think it was like 5 flag points. Otherwise, it was $40. So
you should show them how many flag points you have saved over there, man. You can be
We
like
have
Richie
them. We
Rich
have them,
over there. I know that y'all were talking about like putting some of the bigger flag points in like a keychain and acrylic. Be like, man, check out my swag.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, as a kid, you know, if you were in a group of other kids that collected G.I. Joes, that was currency. It's like, you know, you're in first grade. Maybe you say a bad word. Your friend's going to tell on you. Dude, I'll give you 5 flag points.
Or you go
Don't
get
tell
the
the
flag
teacher.
points from your friend that has the flag. You just cut it out, that big old.
Yeah.
Did the flag come with more flag points?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think the flag, wasn't it 20? I think it came with 20 flag points. I think it was like 20 flag points.
If you got to ask, you can't afford the flag.
I got a flag new in the box when I was a kid. It was Christmas when I was 4 years old.
What are these ones?
So this, 1988, 89, the Rolling Thunder. And this was a really cool piece. For a lot of collectors, that was, 88 was kind of the last year that some of the OG G.I. Joe collectors were actively collecting. Because you have to think, if they started buying G.I. Joes at 5 years old in 1982 when they were released, they would have been 11 or 12 when 88 rolled around. So probably started getting more into things like bikes, baseball cards, you know, fighting their friends. That's what I did.
And then what's on here?
Okay, so by the time this rolled out, the OG collectors were way out of the game, okay? But I was still in. This was the second G.I. Joe headquarters that was released in 1991 and ran through 1992. I got this again as a kid. Man, I had everything. I feel like I had everything G.I. Joe as a kid. I still have the big stuff, but I don't have one of these anymore. As an adult, you have to sort of like prioritize it. I have a flag, I have a Defiant, I have a Terradrome. That's good. Like, those are the heavy 3. Right. But yeah, it made electronic sounds, and you know, it was kind of a cool playset. I feel like it doesn't get enough love. This one is in super good shape. That actually may be my old one I traded in. Could be. I'm not sure. So, yeah, it's just like I said. It's pretty fun to come back, revisit all these toys. I see it as almost like some sort of ritualistic practice or something. I know that sounds ridiculous, but it's fun. So, I was going to say, if you guys are looking for anything, any particular parts, any particular vehicle, please leave a comment below and we will be looking at those and responding. It's always a pleasure to try to find stuff for people. So I think I got to get back to my duties here, building these wonderful toys. So, and speaking of building and sorting, I want to transition over to this guy over here.
Hello there, how you doing? My name's Aaron. I'm a friend of the family, you could say. I'm a hobbyist. Been in Transformers for quite some time. It's very much a pleasure to get to be here and go through all the collections that we see here at the Dallas Vintage Toys. Some really cool stuff comes through here. I'm mostly modern. I did venture into G1 quite a bit, but this is my main thing. I've actually shared some of my own collection here with them as well. Right now what I'm doing is I'm going through and assessing any Transformers that cannot be built and completed. So we have quite a bit, like I said. Some of them have loose parts, some of them just have broken parts. So we are going through and assessing that to make sure that the quality of our stock available for customers is the top notch and exactly what you're looking for.
So what do you got so far? Can you name
So
some of
far,
these for me?
yes. Well, this is the Soundwave. This is one of the Headmaster ones they did. So this is from the it's right before the Combiner Wars series. They did I forget exactly which series this one particularly is from, but we got an Optimus Prime here from Revenge of the Fallen. As you can see, fairly complete, missing accessories. And that's part of what I'm doing here again, separating the accessories out with actual figures, ones that can be completed and presentable. Let's see what else we got. We got Starscream here. You see he's missing his front plate, and I'm sure I could find it in here, and that's part of what I do. You know, you find that one missing piece. Very satisfying too, by the way. You're going through all this, and then you find that one little piece you're looking for. Very fun stuff, you know. You never know what you'll find too. That's the best part of it. A lot of the collections that come in are very assorted, very mixed. So you get a mixed bag of everything, really. So that's part of what the fun is sorting through and getting everyone together. What I like to do also, a nice little favorite character I always find. This is Blue Streak, and then I'll set him up right there. Help keep an eye on the ones while they're being built. You know, make sure Decepticons don't get out of line.
All right, now while those guys are in the back taking care of everything out there, Amber and I are out here on the floor making sure everything's stocked and the whole storefront's ready. So let's take a look a little bit what's going on here. I'm over here next to the first off here, this is the video game section of the store. I am the local video game expert for Dallas Vintage Toys, and I love showing off all the fun stuff we've been getting in. We did get in a Pikachu edition Pokemon Yellow. We got that Pokemon Gold. We have the Legend of Zelda Oracle of Ages. All of these are very hard to find Game Boy and Game Boy Color games, and you can get those right now at Dallas Vintage Toys. They've been tested and authenticated, and they are working order because we love showing off all this stuff here. I've got a ton of stuff in the case that I like to show off. These are some clamshell video games. They're old style rental clamshells, guys. So if you want that nostalgic feel when you're playing your games, this is what I love about these right here. I also have that beautiful 32X Sega Genesis right here, and that is 100% content sealed. So no one's even played that. You can be the first to turn that thing on and experience a wonderful console edition. I also have Segas to go with them as well. We have the Model 1, the Model 2. That's a Japanese edition PlayStation up there, and tons and tons of video game figures to go on your shelf with those games as well. But again, guys, we have a little more than just games, and we're just showing off the store. This is what we're famous for. This is the very famous Dallas Vintage Toys loose triangle racks. Now, you know what you're going to find out here is going to be hundreds and hundreds of action figures. Everything from Marvel to Ninja Turtles. I've got Motu. I have G.I. Joe. Professional wrestlers are over there as well. You're going to find what you're looking for at Dallas Vintage Toys. And if you don't, ask, guys, because I've always got stuff in the back, and we are always running back there to make sure we can find the right toy for you. Over here next to the door, we have more of our vintage cases, and what I like to show off on some of these racks are like the hot items that are coming into the store, huge collections that we don't have room for out there on the store because the store is absolutely packed with toys, guys. Vintage, modern, you have to see it to believe it. I have a beautiful Batman Batmobile with the bat light that does light up. That's what I love about that, guys. Because, you know, we like playing with our toys around here. I know some of you guys have been coming in and taking these Simpsons Treehouse of Horror collectibles, and I've had more than one person gamble at the register trying to get those Chase editions. But over here is our bread and butter. This is the vintage cases right here. We have G.I. Joes in 2 different cases. I love the vehicles for the Joes. They always had some of the best characters, and it's all about the villains for me. It's about Cobra, it's about Cobra's army, it's about Destro. I mean, look at their vehicles. They always looked so much cooler than the Joes because they use those variant colors and whatnot. And over here, we've got an entire fleet of Tiger Force vehicles. And I love the designs on these as well. They definitely got a little more little more traction out of the older figures and the older sets by just repainting them and putting them out there. But you know, we love our repaints around here. We love more toys on the shelf, and all of this stuff up here is super awesome. The Cobra Rage, that is a Milton Bradley board game back there. That's not a puzzle, so just so you guys know, we have board games, not all the time, but I mean, that's G.I. Joe related, so we want to definitely show that off. And what I love about this case, it's kind of a hodgepodge. We have a little bit of everything in here from every era. You're gonna look in here and you're gonna find stuff like Street Sharks. Down below, there's some Toy Story. The entire bottom shelf is dedicated to Jurassic Park. Every different version of the figures are down there. I even have some Time Travelers hanging out in the back next to Voltron's board game. We have just a little bit of everything in here, pop culture related from the 70s, 80s, 90s. Again, you never know what you're gonna find at Dallas Vintage Toys until you just come on in here and see for yourself. Superpowers, Looney Tunes. We even have some Secret Wars figures in there, and I think I see, yeah, David Hasselhoff and Michael Knight up there hanging out next to Captain Planet. I love being able to say sentences like that here at the store because there is a Captain Planet hanging out with Michael Knight. We have an enormous section of Hot Wheels here, and I can't stress to you guys enough, what you're seeing here is a tip of the iceberg. I have thousands of cars in the back, all on card. We have chase variants, red lines, we have treasure hunts. You just kind of have to come out here and really look through here because we're adding cars every day. Collectors are always coming in here and tearing apart the racks. We love putting them back together. We love getting these cars out here for you because I have a thriving Hot Wheels fan club that's been coming in here and taking these cars. I love some of the Attitude Era. There we go. We're showing off the WWF cars. What I liked about those is they come with little itty bitty superstars that I guess they don't really drive the car because you can't fit them in there, but they look cool next to them. That's awesome stuff. We also have a comprehensive collection of Lego sets. There are tons of stuff here on the racks. There are hard to find sets and even stuff that's absolutely retired. You're going to want to come in here and see some of the giant master sets. I like this one. The Ghostbusters Ecto one is also one of my favorites. Let's see here. Let's look over here. This one has been getting a lot of looks. This is a Lego Ferrari right here. And something that I didn't know about this until Xavier clued me in, not only do you get the Lego Ferrari to put together, but you're going to get a little tiny version of it as well, like a Hot Wheels version of it in the box. Something I did not know. And another set that I love to put together here is the Back to the Future DeLorean. So if you guys want a little more extra time with your toys, come on down to Dallas Vintage Toys. You can go back in time and make that time. So again, guys, this is just the tip of the iceberg of the store. You're looking at some horror figures over here. We had an entire aisle put together, but again, when you have so many toys, you'll run out of room. So we've got all these 3 3/4 variants here. I love some of the Army of Darkness stuff that we've got on the shelf. And if we come around the corner, you're gonna see some more like McFarlane style toys and higher end movie toys like the Prometheus figure right here. We've got some Matrix figures, some old school Predator figures on card, guys. You're gonna wanna check this out. I'm telling you, Dallas Vintage Toys has something for every budget. We have a little bit of everything, and we're always adding to the store and to our collection. Hanging out here next to Slimer is going to be more of our 3 3/4 Marvel figures, because I know you guys are coming in here getting 6-inch all the time, but don't sleep on these 3 3/4 Marvel figures. What I love about these is you can pack so many on a shelf. You can make an entire scene without taking up an entire room. This is a great thing you can put in your collection, and you can have so many on one shelf. That's what I really love about those. Speaking of that, these Star Trek figures, as you can see, the pegs are going empty because we're running out of stuff here. Star Trek is super popular again. I am selling these figures all day long. I know we're mostly mentioned for Star Wars around here, but again, don't sleep on the Trek, guys, because people are coming in here and taking these off the shelves. I got Micro Machine sets. I've got the Playmate sets. These figures, again, not that large, will fit a lot on your shelf, and they look great on card, and they're an inexpensive thing to get in your collection. But I'm kind of here, we're at Castle Grayskull. You know, we're gonna save this for next time, guys. You've seen enough today. We're gonna show you this next time. I can't wait to show you what's inside Castle Grayskull because we got a lot of cool stuff. I can't show you what's in there, but we'll see you here next time at Dallas Vintage Toys. Keep clicking.